Hello, this is Champagne with Learn to Play. I did a brief craft course video on crafting. And now I'm going to do each individual little series of each individual. So this is Talisman and Salvaging. So Salvaging is when you break down green, blue, purple, and some, I will call it yellow gear. If you notice at the bottom it says salvage, it's in orange. You'll get a gain, you might get a fail. Over here, this is the salvage is in white. It's going to be a guarantee. You might even get a success, a special success, a critical success, or even a special, which could give you a fragment that's a bit better than what you would normally get out of this gear. So this is level 11 gear. This is going to give you a 25 talisman fragment. If you go into crafting, you'll see that I've got 25s. Came from a purple item. Blues come from blue items, with a small chance of getting it from a green item. And then when you break down items, you'll also get either dust or an essence. And then when you do scavenging, you'll get curios and dust, but not essence. The differences between scavenging and salvaging. Salvaging allows you to choose what it is that you're getting. So you look at the gear, you're going to get to choose whether or not you want a fragment of wounds, spiritual resistance, elemental resistance, or corporeal resistance. You get to choose that. Scavenging, you just pick the pockets of the dead people, figure out what kind of pocket lint they have, and then that's what you get, whatever the random number generator gives you. Also, so with scavenging, the higher the content hero, I'm sorry, don't say it like that. So you've got your regular mob, you've got your champions, you've got your heroes, you have your lords. Scavenging certain creatures of that stature will give you blues, purples, greens, fragments. But again, you don't know what they are. So when you do salvaging, you know what it is. So if you get a blue item and you break it down, you get a blue fragment. You get a purple item, you break it down, you get a purple fragment. You're going to farm a lot of PQs. I always suggest that you farm a hard PQ if you have the content of being able to do that, the ability to be able to do that. So tier 2 PQs hard is guaranteed to give you a gold bag. Inside that gold bag is going to be Havoc gear. If you break down that, it's guaranteed to be a blue item. I, on the last stage, will opt out of gold bags. So I'll opt out of gold bags, and you're guaranteed to get a purple bag, and then of course from that purple bag is where you get your purple talisman. So this guy's like jumping in here and rocking it out, so I'm going to jump in here and rock it out too. So you're just going to loot everything. We're going to get up to 60. Kill the hero. He's probably going to get a gold bag. I'm going to get a purple bag. Loot everything. You're going to get yourself some junk, and then eventually you get yourself some greens and some blue items. And then that's what you're going to salvage down. I want to at least show you the PQ. Also, the areas will give you better stuff too. So this area is going to give you level 50. When you break it down, you're going to pretty much get a level 50 item. Fragment. If you notice that I'm not when I'm looting, I'm not using the cursor. If you go into escape key mappings, go to targeting, scroll all the way down to the very bottom, you'll see a loot nearest button that you can assign a button to. And then of course you have your loot, auto loot's probably turned on by default, and you can just spam that button and loot away. Stage 2's got champions. You have what would be 3 times 6, 18 champions. So the champions, if you were scavenging, would have a good high level items. On the third stage, and only on the third stage, you can opt out. You have to like click off of it and then click back on. And that's that. Over here, oh, I got a blue bag, so apparently there was no gold bag. Oh, 2 gold bags, but I opted out of gold, so I ended up with a blue. I don't know why I didn't get a purple. That doesn't make any sense. Interesting. So, open up your bag, pick out the item. Remember, we're doing salvaging. So, ballistics, elemental, corporeal, or initiative. Accept. And then what I'll do is go over here to your salvaging. When you go and pick up salvaging, you'll go into your abilities, your general tab. You'll find your salvaging. You'll drop it down onto your action bar. And then when you activate it, it turns into a little hammer. Like that, little breaking down hammer mallet. Click on top of your item. Remember, this is an item level 13. It's white. As you see, it says salvageable white. And you get to choose what it is that you want to salvage. And I'm going to actually salvage elemental resistance. This is going to be a tier 1 talisman. So in tier 1, elemental resistances are superior. In my opinion, I have a tier 1 gear video that explains about using resistance gear and reducing damage from bright wizards, archmages, engineers, some white lines, some swordmaster damage, reducing that by about 60 to 80%. And I mean, that's what makes you king in tier 1. That's a true twink there, for a true twink for under 1 gold. Alright, so I do that. What I get? I got a breathing naphthalite stone, and that would be right here. So it was blue, it's a 50. So let's open up your map. If you're doing salvaging and you're looking for certain gear, for certain requirements for making talismans, so you're going to get 25s, where this is destro, so you're going to get 25s fragments from tier 1. You might get some 50 fragments from the hard PQ way down here. Then when you cross over into Oslin, your chapter 5 town and 6, you're going to get mostly 50s. And then when you go up to Troll Country, you're going to get 50s and some 75s. And then you'll get your 75s and 100s. You might get some 125s down here in Telebacklin. I'm sorry, in High Pass as you're going around. Then you're going to start off here in Chaos Waste with your 125s and 150s, 150s, 175s, and then 175s and 200s. So if you need to increase your talisman making and you're stuck, like let's say at 50 or somewhere between 50 and 75, you're going to do some tier 2 PQs. This is the items that you want to find and salvage. and then this will give you the fragments. My strongest suggestion is, if you're really going to go for talisman making and you want to do salvaging, do scavenging first, and then just make all your stuff. You can super fast like burn through a PQ, because you notice like I only got like 2 items from doing that PQ, but there was so many things to kill. Those are so many things that you would have gotten fragments from scavenging. So I always suggest that you do scavenging and talisman making from the start. And then once you get your talisman making at 100, I mean your scavenging will be there too, but if you want to do salvaging because it's more of a tune that you can solo a PQ with, then go ahead and switch over to salvaging, and then put scavenging on something like a healer or a tank that you'll usually end up doing group content with people. So, you get your item. So we got our item. Go over here to talisman making that you get from Hedge Wizards, either in Chapter 2 Town or in IC. You go to a crafting supply merchant, and you're going to purchase yourself some boxes, some curios. Salvaging will get you a bunch of these and a bunch of this, but right now you might want to go ahead and purchase yourself some level 1. And then you put in a box, you put in a fragment. It doesn't matter what level. If you want stronger stuff, you put in stronger material. So let's say I only have one type of curio. Let's say I put in a 1 and a 1. This is going to make an inferior talisman. Take those out, put in 100s, and now I'm going to make a lesser talisman. This is going to be a level 12 talisman. Chance of making a level 16, and then this, think about that, this and this, the inferior is going to be a level 4 talisman with a chance of a level 8. So again, all of it's still tier 1. It depends on whether or not you want a rank 4 talisman. It being blue would be a plus 12. 8 would be 13, and 12 would be 14. So it's the difference there. Do you want 12, 13, or 14? Again, it's tier 1. A 12 is fantastic. I make a lot of blue and green plus 8 and plus 12 talismans. Give them out for the guild. Give them away to other people. And it'll keep you soft capped until you're about level 12. And then when you're level 12, you'll end up getting better gear anyway. So, stick your box in, you stick your fragment in, you stick your 3 items, your powers, and then you go ahead and go over here. We'll go ahead and quick fuse. And I got a talisman of the Flame Sentry, which is right here, which was a level 4 plus 45 elemental resistance. Let's see here. Let's see if we got there's another 25. But this time I'll switch those out for the 100s. We'll go over here so you can see what it would have made. It would have made a level 8, 50 spiritual resistance. I have another one of those. I don't want that. I want. The reason I like to make rank 4s is if you watch the tier 1 gear. So these minimum rank 4 talismans, these will go in gear up to, well, they'll go in rank 4 gear, your rank 7 gear. So that's 2 different ranks of gears that you'll put them in tier 1, which are resistance gears. So you've got your level 4 gear that gives you resistance, you've got your level 7 gear that gives you resistance, you also have your level 9 gear which gives you resistance. You can still go with these, or you can go with the plus 8s. So, you kill stuff, and then you salvage it. It's pretty simple. It's slow. You have to farm a lot of mobs to rank it up, because you're salvaging green, blue, and purple items. If you have a salvager, a scavenger, that helps talisman go up a lot faster. And that's it. So purple bags from PQs give you purple fragments. Those are really what you want. Those are what you save for yourself or for your really close friend. I usually save them for the guild, for when people get their better gear. They might get their when they get their like scenario sets complete, or their RVR set complete. That's or epic quest weapons, or even your tier 2 epic quest shoulders and helm. That's when I'll give you out a purple item for you to slap in there. All you gotta do is ask for it. Okay, so let's go back to the map real quick, do a real quick recap, because what gets people stuck is you can be level 40, go and pick up salvaging or scavenging, and you can go over here and kill level 40s down here. Well, this is chapter 22 PQ, I think. Well, okay. So you can go down here and you can kill them. Have fun, have a blast, rock it out, and you'll still gain salvaging and scavenging. You'll have gains, but it'll be like small talismans. So when you get stuck and you need to find where you're going to get fragments to raise talisman, this here starting zone is going to be at chapter 1. You're going to get level 1, minimum rank 1 requirement fragments. Here you're going to get 25s. Hard PQ at the very end is going to give you 50. Here you're going to get 50s and 75s, 75s and 100s, 120 to 150, 150 to 175, 175 to finally rank 40 tunes, which will give you 200s. So there you go. Thank you. Hopefully that was helpful and long-winded.